everybody. We're back again for another of our live chats with one of my 8 inspirational women who I am collaborating with on this Real Women, Real Lives, Real Wisdom series. And it's amazing, actually. The lady we're chatting to today, I'll ask her to introduce herself in a moment, but we were just chatting and saying how this project is literally almost not even 3 weeks old at the point at which we're recording this, which is mid-October, and already it's just such fun. It's such fun for me. I'm having amazing time chatting with the women involved in this project, and I'm so looking forward to illustrating all of these quotes. And it's just a real reminder, actually, about how just, letting your guard down and giving yourself permission to do something that is fun for no other reason other than the fact that it's fun is just so replenishing. And I just feel amazing for doing this, actually. So without further ado, let me introduce someone who I know absolutely loves fun as well, and probably has a story about that in her life. So let me introduce Sarah Woodhouse to you. Sarah, hello, my lovely. So lovely to see you again.
Yeah, lovely.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Sarah Woodhouse and I'm a therapist. So I practice reflexology and Bowen and some Reiki, and I'm based in Suffolk. And over the past, 3-4 months now, actually, I've been working with you to really help kind of get to the bottom of some of my own health and well-being issues, which I have managed to hide from everybody.
It's always the way.
Always the way, always the way. So yeah, that's kind of me, really.
Oh, well, listen, to tell you and to everyone else here, the reason I was so pleased that Sarah said yes to being involved in this project with us was because, as you just said, Sarah and I have been working together over the summer, and actually Sarah is just inspirational in terms of how she's just taken hold of her whole health and well-being and just really gone there and really kind of flushed out a load of stuff that you've been thinking about for a while. And actually, I think when you talk about your quote in a moment and your story behind your quote, there's such nuggets of wisdom that you want to pass on to other women who might well be feeling perhaps the same way that you've felt. It's absolutely the same way that I felt a few years ago, and I can't say that I don't ever feel that way again, because I do, just have the tools to kind of get myself out of it again. And yeah, it's just such poignant stuff to be sharing with people. So let's hear your quote, Sarah. What are you giving to this
So
series?
my quote is, peace comes not from doing, but from undoing, not from getting, but from letting go. And it's from someone, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, so I apologize now. Swami Satchidananda. But yeah, it's the quote that I think probably about halfway through our time together really just kind of struck me like a bolt out of the blue, really, and really helped me get to grips with my own health and well-being and put it all into context and start doing something proactive, start doing something about it.
So what is it about this kind of undoing that's really kind of grabbed your attention and inspired you to take some action then?
Well, I think for me, and I remember having this discussion with you, there got to a point where, I mean, basically my situation was work took over my life. It just became everything. I had this need to be working all the time, to be proving myself to somebody, I don't know who, out there all of the time. And work had just taken over my life. And I remember saying to you on one of our sessions, I'm just going to have to stop because I need to go cold turkey. I don't know how to let go other than to really let go.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that whole letting go process, and I kind of found, I was listening to what you said, and I was just looking online and found this quote and thought, actually, God, yeah, it is this. I need this peace. I need some peace in my life. And in order to do that, there is only one thing I can do, and that is to start letting go. It doesn't have to be everything, but I do have to start somewhere. And that is kind of that quote gave me the courage, really, to start. And when I had not finished, or done a lot of letting go, I realized just how much more at peace I felt from doing all that letting go, and realizing that I could. That was the phenomenal thing for me. It's like, wow, I can undo all this stuff that I've done. I can let go of it and nothing bad happens. It was amazing. In fact, the total opposite happened. Rather than kind of my life crumbling and falling to pieces and me feeling bereft and having no identity, all of a sudden my life started to fill back up again with my family, with the things that I love doing, with a real sense of, oh my gosh, Sarah Woodhouse, she's back. She's not Sarah Woodhouse Therapy, the businesswoman. This is Sarah Woodhouse, the woman, the mother, the wife, the friend, the person, starting to refill my world. And it was just amazing.
Oh, it just makes me swell with kind of, gratitude for having met you, and for you now sharing this message, actually, because, I mean, we've said before, haven't we, Sarah, but, now more than ever before, there are so many people, but obviously, we're interested in women in this series who will resonate with everything that you've just said. And absolutely, I'm resonating because I've shared my story widely. I completely hit the wall, burnt out, literally was stopped. I didn't choose to stop. I was stopped about just over 5 years ago, and hit the, rock bottom with depression and everything. But before that, had several years worth of work and nothing else. I was squeezing everything else out of my life, just like you've described, and became someone that just existed to try and get the next thing done at work for I don't know why, exactly as you've said. And I'd lost all kind of sense of what my true motivation was, what my true kind of values were in life. And as you say, that kind of something hitting you that just gives you the signal that it's okay to let go of some of that stuff and really seek out what it is you want to be doing instead. Carving a slightly different path. It doesn't have to be as massive and as big and as scary. It can be whatever you want to make it, as long as you're kind of taking some action to tune into you and let you be the guide, I think, is the message, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was completely lost, and I know that I really struggled the first few weeks that we were working together, because I had no idea of who I was and what I enjoyed doing, and I had no idea of what my life was other than being Sarah Woodhouse Therapy, the businesswoman. All the time, that's all I ever did. I got up in the morning, I looked through my computer, I started working, I literally grabbed some breakfast and a cup of coffee, went back, and I always just seemed to be working. I was never present, never there, and never allowing myself to enjoy myself, because it had to be about work, and it was killing me, because all I was doing was having these highs, like really excited, and oh my god, and then having these crashing lows where it was just awful. It was excruciating, painful emotionally and physically for me and for my husband and for my family. And something had to give, which is why I thought, right, I need somebody to help me, because I just don't know. And actually, it was quite embarrassing being a therapist. My job is every day I give people advice. I do the best I can to help them support themselves in their health and well-being, but I was unable to extend that same kind of kindness to myself, and I had all the tools in my toolbox. I didn't know how to use them on me. I could use them on other people, but not on myself. So, yeah.
I think that's what made me resonate so deeply with you, actually, in the first place, because that was exactly what I felt. It's like, I'm an emotional health specialist, have been for like 25 plus years, and I hit the wall and burnt out. Well, that means I must be a bit crap at my job. No, it just means I'm human and I've lost my way. That's all it means.
That's all it means.
As monumental as that is, it's all that means.
That's huge. And I think that whole, the whole thing of actually finding someone to help me realize that there was nothing wrong with me. It was just life, and I needed a bit of help unpicking it. but like I said, that so many people find themselves, especially women, in that position
Yeah.
where they feel they have to be the kind of be all and everything, that superwoman,
Mm.
being the best mum, the best wife, the best businesswoman, having the cleanest house, making the freshest fit. All of those things just become impossible. They're impossible to do unless you do actually possess some kind of time traveling superpower thing, which doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't.
So we hold ourselves up to such high standards, but equally, isn't it amazing that as women we're the first to go, oi, oi, come on, just you're doing too much. But it's very difficult sometimes to talk to other people about how you feel.
Mm.
And I think just by opening up sometimes to another woman going, oh my God, actually, I'm not weird. There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with me. And I am definitely not alone, is such a huge relief. It takes away that sense
Mm.
of failure, that actually I'm just a woman. I'm
Yeah.
just a person
Yeah.
trying to do my best in this life. I've lost my way and I need some help.
And do you know what you just said there, just that last bit there, was exactly my kind of, my why, really, why I'm running this series and why I started off, because I'm looking around, I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at my sister and my family, I'm looking at my social network, looking at my clients, I'm just looking online. Everywhere you look at the moment, you've got two scenarios, I think. One is women going, I'm handling everything fabulously despite COVID. Or you've got that, I'm really struggling, I don't know what I'm doing. And actually, truth is, no one has it 100% handled. And if they're saying they have, they're lying, or they're lying to themselves. And actually, I was chatting to someone else as part of this series yesterday, and we said exactly the same thing. And actually, we all fall somewhere in between that. But the truth is, we as women, we are kind of built to collaborate. We are, we're not the hunter gatherers, we're the people behind the scene in
Yeah.
the cave, making sure everyone's all right, collecting, keeping the herd together.
Yeah.
And actually, we look at, and we look at other women in our networks for the kind of unconscious cues and signals about how to handle a situation. But we're looking around at the moment, either getting this, I've got this handled image, thinking I must be really crap then because I'm the only one that hasn't. Or we're looking at people who are struggling, thinking, well, I can't ask them for help. I don't want to burden them.
Yeah.
So actually, we've become so lonely in all of this.
Yeah, very.
And,
Yeah.
and this series means that all of us, 8 women in this series, have had experiences prior to choosing the career path that we're on now, or the life roles that we're on now, that have led us into this. Some sort of life event that has meant that we're a little bit stronger and we've got something to give back. And I want to capture that wisdom, and the same way that we've been inspired by other women in the past that have led us to this point, we can pay it forward now and give that wisdom to other people to be that catalyst for thinking, oh, maybe I'm not the only one. Exactly as you said, maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe actually I'm not weird, I'm not odd, it's just life, but actually I just need a bit of help to do this. What am I going to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's I'm so grateful to you for sharing that quote, because that is an amazing quote. It really means so much. I know it means so much to you.
It does to me, because it's something that I know. I mean, I'm not really a big one for quotes, but this one I really have held on to, because if ever I need to make a decision, or if ever I'm thinking, right, what should I be doing? I think about this quote and think, right, actually, am I making the right decision for me and my health and well-being, let alone anybody else's? This is me and my health and well-being. But it also gives you that permission, I think, for me, is that, do you know what, if I do make a mistake, if I do sign up for another course and I shouldn't have done, if I do commit to something and I shouldn't have done, do you know what? I can undo it. I can turn around and say, I'm really sorry, but I can't make that commitment.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm not stuck somewhere is just like, it's such a relief, because it means that I'm not going to fail anymore. I'm not setting myself up for failure. I've just got this lovely mantra, if you like, to go, right, that's how I'm going to live my life.
Yeah.
Try not to overload yourself with too much stuff, Sarah. Try and let go of everything that you can and that you want to, and that's not serving you at this time. But if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Just undo it. just undo it, because you can. We're always told, oh, you can't undo what you've done. And it's like, yes, you can. You can absolutely. There might be some consequences for it, but what's the worst that can happen? You know, the worst that can happen is you just feel like you've had a weight lifted off your shoulders. You have time for yourself and the things that are important to you in your life, and you can enjoy living it. You know, that's what we're here for. To enjoy our lives, not to constantly feel that we're being oppressed or burdened or constantly struggling. We're here to live and enjoy ourselves as much as possible.
Do you know what? You've just described where my business came from. Living happy, that's my business name. That's exactly where that came from. That whole kind of, yeah, we have to live now. Live happy now. Oh, okay. Well, listen, I think, you know, we'll bring it to a close there, just to remind anyone watching this that this is part of an 8-woman series, and you can catch up with the other 8 beautiful women in this series, plus the fact I will be illustrating each of these quotes, and you'll be able to purchase packs of these illustrated quotes to either, you know, as a gorgeous kind of self gift to yourself, with all these little inspirational reminders and points of wisdom on the back. But also, they're going to make a great gift for someone that you love in your life, someone that needs that little bit of inspiration, that little bit of hope. And the best bit about it is that 20% of all the profits are going directly to Mind, which is a charity very close to my own heart. I've done a lot of work for them in the past and still do. And that's sort of, you know, benefiting not just the women that are watching these videos and seeing these quotes, but supporting Mind to actually support people on a much wider scale with these sorts of issues as well. So thanks once again, Sarah. We will drop your business details below this video, so anyone who wants to find out more about you and what you offer can connect with you there, and we will catch up again soon, no doubt.
Lovely. It was great talking to you.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.